So now there's only one thing left, which is to get this message to work, this thing here. The way to do that is with a really useful hash-like object called the flash. This is something that comes with Rails. Let me get rid of this here. And so what we can do with the flash is give it a key. In this case, we're going to call it success. And we'll say the value is the string welcome to the sample app. So the way the flash works is that it tells Rails that this data should only persist for one request. So when we redirect, we will be able to render this into our site template, which we're about to do. But then it will disappear on subsequent invocations of the page. So that'll become clear with an example. First, I want to remind you that we actually did something similar to this before. In lesson 4, we iterated through a hash called flash. This isn't technically a hash. It's actually using a cookie probably somewhere under the hood. I don't even know exactly how it works, but the idea is that we can treat it like a hash, and then Rails can pull out the data on the next request. But in the console, we're going to use a real hash, which is this. The key here is, let's say, success, it worked. And danger, this is another key we could use. It failed. And we did something like this before. We did flash.each. We can iterate through each key value pair. Oops. And you can see that it says success, it worked, danger, it failed. So this sort of iteration is something we can also do inside of our application. So let's take a look at our template. Where is it? It's in application.html.erb. Here it is. So what we're going to do in the site layout is render any flash messages that we encounter. This will happen inside the main part of the container here, just above the main content. So what we're going to do is iterate through the flash. But the key value pairs are really the message type, success or danger, and the message itself. Oops, D doesn't go there. Even I mess that up sometimes. I've been programming in Ruby for a while. All right, flash.each do message type message. And then inside here, what we want to do is put in a div that has a class that will let us style the div and then the message. In fact, the styling will come for free, for the most part, from Bootstrap. So the class here is going to be alert. And then we're going to give it an alert dash something. This may look familiar if we go back to the error messages partial. Here we did alert danger. Now what we're going to do is put in a div with the class given by the message type. So if we put in the message type of danger here, then it will be styled as danger, or if it's success, it will be styled as success. So these words have special meanings to Bootstrap in terms of these classes. So we're going to interpolate that. It's a symbol, but if we interpolate it, it'll just be like a string. That's what happened down here. We did this interpolation. In fact, this might not even have been necessary. I bet this probably works. I don't know. Yeah, it does. So we probably didn't even need that. But in any case, here we go. We're going to interpolate the message type. And then, oh, and so this actually won't work because this is just regular HTML. See, what this will do is actually interpolate something that looks literally like this. So we actually need, and this is really ugly, and there's an exercise in the book to make this prettier. And the reason I don't like it is because it's so hard to parse visually. So what we actually need to do is do embedded Ruby even inside here. So this is the way that you might be able to have figured out how to do it, but this is not the nicest way. So I'd recommend looking in the exercises to do this the right way, or what I consider the best way. And then in here, we're going to actually put in the message. So this is, in this context, the message type is success, and the message is welcome to the sample app. And this is embedded Ruby inside this, this class. It's kind of weird. All right, let's save these things.